Hi everyone, very good afternoon and a very warm welcome, quite literally, to a Song of the Weather. This is our Fun Friday, and the Song of the Weather, well, it's by Flanders and Swann, that incredible songwriting duo from the second half of the 20th century here in the UK. And the song itself, well, it itself, as we've discovered here at Homechoir, we've discovered that it is actually a retelling, a rewording of a poem by Sarah Coleridge, the third child of the great Samuel Coleridge. And we're going to explore the original in a moment, but the most important thing is we're going to be looking at the Flanders and Swann take on it. So if you are here live, how's the weather where you are? Here today in the West Country, it is very sunny indeed. It's cold, but it's sunny and it's bright, and we will absolutely take that, particularly after the weather of the last few days. I see lots of people agreeing it's warm, cold and sunny. Sunny but cold. It seems to be a bit of a theme, but I do wonder how the weather is where you are. If you're watching later on, why don't tell us in the comments below. Now let me check we've got everything. We need to just check. Do we have Henery the 8th I Am? We haven't made this one in ages. Fabulous. And the piano's working. Most of this is going to be a live play today because it's that kind of program. So I've actually got a song list here. I don't normally have a set list here. Let's just check. Do we have Poison in Pigeons? Spring is here. Spring is here. Good. And we need Song of the Weather. Good. And we've got Let's Face the Music and Dance. There may be trouble ahead. Bit of acoustic for that one. So while there's moonlight. Excellent. And we should also have The Gas Man Cometh, which is another Flanders and Swann classic. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. On Saturday and Sunday. Yes. Great. So we are good to go. And we've got lots of people watching. I've had a busy morning today. Lots and lots of emails. And also, I got very much drawn in to the song that we're going to be singing on Monday. Every now and then, just one of the songs that we do when I'm putting together the arrangements, quite often for a folk Monday or indeed a fun Friday, I get drawn in and I kind of think, oh, this is good. I'm having fun. And it just, hours just fly by. And this morning I was putting together the music for Yo Heave Ho, which is Monday's song, and just have a little listen. Here's a little preview. I don't normally do this, but I think this is a good one. Here's a bit of Yo Heave Ho. The anchor must be weighed, the anchor now is weighed. Yo ho, heave ho, yo ho, heave ho, yo ho, heave ho, yo ho, heave ho. Oh, I had some fun doing this one. All the guitars. So that is Monday's special, Yo Heave Ho, along with a whole load of sea shanties. I think at this point I need to put out an album of sea shanties. I just absolutely love the form. Well, everyone, great to have you with us this afternoon. We'll be starting in a couple of minutes or so get yourselves nice and comfy, nice and cozy, perhaps with a nice hot drink, or probably even better, I have to say, a glass of water. Okay, so you can stay hydrated during the session. If you're new, my name's Ben. This is Homechoir, and today is our Fun Friday where we just enjoy ourselves. We sing quite often silly songs, very much the lighter side of life. So do make sure you enjoy yourselves. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, well, please do join the growing throng. And we had a real boost to our numbers following If Ye Love Me on Wednesday, and so I've made the executive decision that every Wednesday from now on we're going to teach If Ye Love Me by Thomas Tallis from now until the end of time. Well, maybe not every week, but We certainly had a huge number. We had something like 12 people subscribe during the broadcast, which was absolutely amazing. Now, if I just quickly check our subscriber numbers, please hold them. Da, da, dee, dee, dum, dum, da. Aha! 5,268 souls have subscribed to Homechoir, and if you haven't done so yet, well, please do click the button and join us. There is no charge for Homechoir. We just want to have you on our team as we grow and become one of the largest choirs in the world. That's all I want. It's not a lot. So come and help us. And let me welcome everyone who I know is watching live but not in the chat today. Hello to Helene and Bill. Hello to Val. Hello Sue and Tony and Sally and Annie and Maureen and Harry and June. And to everyone else who's watching this afternoon. And then hello everyone in the chat. A lively crew. Hello Alison, hello Angela, hello Dave, hello Jill, hello Dorothy, hello Eileen, hello Liz, hello Emma, hello Glennis, hello Irena, hello Jackie, hello Jill, hello Judith, hello Lisa, hello Nikki, hello Soraya, hello Susanna and Hanu, hello Suzanne, hello Terry, and hello to Wendy and to everyone else. Well, let's get started, shall we? This afternoon, let's have the C major chord with the 9th at the top of it. Let's sing Homechoir and we can start our show. Nice deep breath and here we go. Beautiful warm sound to start us off quite appropriately, as our main song today is a song of the weather. It's actually, I'm quite surprised it's taken us this long to get round to this song, because there is one unifying theme in all of the live chats of pretty much every live stream that I've put out over the last nearly 5 years, and that is there'll be people there talking about the weather. So we'll look at that one today. It's obviously a song by Flanders and Swann. It's not the only one today, but we're going to start off, well, really, with the king of fun songs. We're going to start off with Poisoning Pigeons in the Park by the one and only Tom Lehrer. We'll follow that with a song from the music hall tradition, a very old song. It's called I'm Henery, the Eighth I Am. Rather cheeky number. I'm sure you'll enjoy singing that. Then we'll look at the Song of the Weather, which, as I say, is by Flanders and Swann, with words adapted from a poem by Sarah Coleridge. And then we're going to sing Let's Face the Music and Dance, because, well, you know, you can never be sure when it comes to the weather. And we're going to finish off with The Gas Man Cometh, one of the most famous songs by Flanders and Swann, and very much dedicated to anyone who's had the tradesman come round at any point in the last few days. We've had a couple, and it's just it's a little tip of the cap to the hardworking men and women in those trades, and to those who are sitting in waiting for them. But of course, here on the channel, we sing a huge range of music, and this coming Monday, we've got a Songs of the Sea, one of my favourite Homechoir broadcasts, and we're going to have songs such as Yo Heave Ho, which is our new one. We're going to have songs from across history. Just brilliant sea shanties to get your week off to a good start. So that'll be 11 a.m. UK time this coming Monday. And then on Wednesday, our teaching session, we're going to be looking at some music by the great Orlando Gibbons. Fantastic name for a fantastic composer, and this is his very simple, his beautiful verse-based piece, which is called "Jesus Grant Me This, I Pray." It's not going to take us very long to learn the music, but it is an absolutely beautiful piece. So that is your week ahead, and of course we rely 100% on donations to run this channel and put these programs together. So thank you to everyone who donates and supports us. If you'd like to help us out and you'd like to help us make these programs for you and indeed for everyone, well, you can go along to homechoir.org and you can just buy us a coffee. It's very, very simple. Every penny goes back into our non-profit and we use it to make these shows. So thank you very much to everyone who supports us. And if you'd like to buy us that coffee, go to homechoir.org/donate. And in addition to that, if you're on the website, you may as well sign up for the newsletter, because it's absolutely fantastic. A huge amount of work goes into our weekly email newsletter, which is completely free, and we fill it with all of the news, all of the links, scores, everything else that you need to sing along with Homechoir. Again, there is no charge for it. Just go along to homechoir.org, click newsletter, fill in the very short form. We promise to never spam you. We're only going to use it to send you this email newsletter once a week. And then you're done. And if you tell us when your birthday is, as these amazing choristers have done, so Katie and Patricia, we will sing you happy birthday when your special day rolls around. So it's Katie's birthday today, and it's Patricia's birthday tomorrow. So we'll sing for Katie and Patricia in just a moment, but let's go full screen whilst we warm ourselves up and get ready for a really good sing. So everyone, it's Friday. We've made it to another Friday, so let's sit up in our chairs or stand up if we can. And if you're standing, plant your feet or shoulders width apart, but whether you're standing or sitting, feet flat on the floor if you can, please, everyone. And if you're sitting, bring yourself to the edge of your seat. Where else would we be sitting during one of your rehearsals, Ben? I appreciate that. But if you've just decided to sit back, sit forwards in your chair. Give yourself a straight back, give yourself a lovely long neck. And everyone starts to take some nice, deep, relaxing breaths. If there's things that you need to think about later, just breathe them out now. Put them out of your mind. You don't need to think about them for the next 25 minutes or so. This is your time to enjoy some great songs. And so as you're taking deep breaths in, breathe in relaxation and breathe out tension. Let's do that again. Breathe in a comforting feeling of singing good music and breathe out anything that's stressing you out. Wonderful. And just continue taking those nice deep breaths. Just roll your head around. Roll your shoulders around and just loosen up any tense muscles that you happen to have in your upper body, particularly your shoulders and your neck, so you can be nice and relaxed as we start to make some sound together. That's really good. So, and we'll just sing ma 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 and ma 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 yo 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 ya 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 yeah 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 and ba 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 one more ba 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 ba. Very, very nice. Well done, everyone. Now we're going to sing happy birthday for Katie and for Patricia, both celebrating their birthdays over the next few days. Katie today and Patricia tomorrow. And to anyone else out there who's celebrating your birthday over the weekend, have a great time. And to Katie and Patricia in particular, we're going to sing to you. Voices joined together from all around the world. Are we ready? After two, 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katie and Patricia. Happy birthday to you and many more. Many happy returns of the day to both of you and indeed to anyone else out there celebrating over the weekend. Now, our first song, well, it's actually kind of weather related. I know it's not the spring here in the Northern Hemisphere, but down under, where we have lots and lots of home choristers, well, it's absolutely springtime. And this is a song all about getting outside and enjoying, well, really connecting with nature in a very unique way, in a way that really only Tom Lehrer can possibly sum up. So everyone, let's start off with our first song. In no way disturbing. This is Poisoning Pigeons in the Park. Here we go. Spring is here, spring is here. Life is skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do, don't you? Of course you do. But there's one thing that makes spring complete for me and makes every Sunday a treat for me. All the world seems in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we poison the pigeons in the park. When they see us coming, the birdies all try and hide, but they still go for peanuts when coated with cyanide. The sun shining bright, everything seems alright when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. La la, la 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 la, la la la. We've gained much notoriety and caused much anxiety in the Audubon Society with our game hands. They call it impiety and lack of propriety and quite a variety of unpleasant names. But it's not against any religion to want to dispose of a pigeon. So if Sunday you're free, why don't you come with me and we'll poison the pigeons in the park? And maybe we'll do in a squirrel or two when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We'll murder them all amidst laughter and merriment, except for the few we take home to experiment. My pulse will be quickening with each drop of strychnine we feed to a pigeon. It just takes a smidgen to poison a pigeon in the park. La la. Now, just remember, it's just a song. Before you're out there hitting the report button, okay, talking about endangering animals and so on, it's just a song. Please address any complaints to Mr. T. Lehrer. And, well, you can look his address up on the internet, but I guarantee he's not going to respond. Although he is still around, so headphones and hats off to the great Tom Lehrer, who is an absolute legend. And that song, well, you couldn't ask for a better way to start your fun Friday than singing Poisoning Pigeons in the Park, except perhaps to follow that with I'm Henery the Eighth I Am. A very famous song, although the actual meaning of it gets sort of lost in history. The point is, it's a song about a man called Henery who's married the widow next door, and she's been married 7 times, and every time she's married a bloke called Henery. And so that makes him Henery the Eighth. So there we go, everyone. Let's sing this one. We haven't sung this one literally for years. And so I need to kind of come out of the Tom Lehrer sort of side of things and perhaps the classical teaching from Wednesday. I need to get into the sort of more of the Cockney, more of the East London sort of sound, because this is a music hall piece. And so I need to channel my inner East Ender, everyone. So let's start off with, here is a bit of Henery the Eighth I Am. Gotta look proud. Make sure you bow. You don't know who you're looking at, now have a look at me. I'm a bit of a knob, I am, belong to royalty. I tell you how it came about. I married Widow Birch, and I was King of England when I toddled out of church. Outside the people started shouting hip hooray. Said I, get down upon your knees, it's coronation day. I'm Henery the Eighth I am, Henery the Eighth I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Now everyone was an Henery. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a 8th old man named Henery. I'm Henery the Eighth I am, and again, 'cause I'm Henery the Eighth I am, Henery the Eighth I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was an Henery. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a 8th old man named Henery. I'm Henery the Eighth I am. Now get comfortable. And don't forget, you're in the presence of royalty, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. I left the Duke of Cumberland, a pub up in the town. Soon with 1 or 2 mooches I was holding up the crown. I sat upon the bucket that the carmen think their own. Surrounded by my subjects, I was sitting on the throne. Out came the barman saying, go on home to bed. Said I, now say another word and off will go your head. 'Cause I'm Henery the Eighth I am, Henery the Eighth I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was an Henery. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm an 8th old man named Henery, Henery the eighth I am. One more time. I'm Henery the eighth I am. Henery the eighth I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was an Henery. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam or a Stan. I'm a 8th old man named Henery. Henery the 8th I am. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I need to get out of character. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. There we go. Just takes a little bit to come out of the East London accent. And I know there's real Cockneys out there going, "You're not a Cockney. Romford's not East." I know. I'm not Cockney, but I'm Cockney adjacent. I identify as Cockney adjacent, ladies and gentlemen, and that is very much a song from the musical era, and a lot of fun it is. Now, we're going to talk about the weather. Or the blooming weather, or you could use a slightly stronger word, but I don't want to swear on YouTube, as this is a family show, and if you swear on YouTube, you get into all sorts of trouble. So we're going to use the word blooming instead of the word that Flanders and Swann used, the blooming weather, everyone. It's just a constant subject of conversation. I do want to take a moment at this point, say I programmed this broadcast some weeks ago, and, of course, we want to send all of our love and all our thoughts to everyone in the USA, particularly those in Florida, particularly those affected by, well, the blooming weather is a massive understatement. So lots and lots of love to everyone over there. We're going to offer this song very much in the spirit of Fun Friday. Okay, but we are sending all our thoughts to everyone affected by the horrible hurricanes over there. Now, this poem, this is not the Flanders and Swann song. This was actually written by Sarah Coleridge, and she lived between 1802 and 1852, and this is a very sweet song, so I'm going to read it to you, I think in the spirit at which it was intended. January brings the snow, makes our feet and fingers glow. How lovely. February brings the rain, thaws the frozen lake again. March brings breezes loud and shrill, stirs the dancing daffodil. Oh. April brings the primrose sweet, scatters daisies at our feet. May brings flocks of pretty lambs, skipping by their fleecy dams. June brings tulips, lilies, roses, fills the children's hand with posies. It's getting more BBC as I go anyway. Hot July brings cooling showers, apricots and gillyflowers. August brings the sheaves of corn, then the harvest home is born. Warm September brings the fruit, sportsmen then begin to shoot. Fresh October brings the pheasants, then to gather nuts is pleasant. Dull November brings the blast, then the leaves are whirling fast. Chill December brings the sleet, blazing fire and Christmas treat. Now, I don't know about you, but that should have had a sugar warning. Anyone who has a sugar intolerance should not have listened to that. So sorry, I need to put that at the start. It's pretty saccharine stuff. And I'm pretty sure that Flanders and Swann looked at that and thought, we can do better. So we're going to learn the Flanders and Swann take on that song. A song of the weather. Now, the great thing about this is once you know the tune for the first 2 months, it then just applies to the rest of it. And so there is a piano accompaniment to this that goes. January brings the snow, makes your feet and fingers glow. February's ice and sleet, freeze the toes right off your feet. So that's basically it. It goes round and round. So it goes ba 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 ba. Let's sing that together. January brings the snow. Are you ready? January brings the snow, makes your feet and fingers glow. Right, the next verse, the even verses go. Okay, and there's usually a little dramatic pause halfway through this, so we go, February's ice and sleet, freeze the toes right off your feet. There's usually a joke at the end of that one. And so with that in mind, I present to you, I think, a much more appropriate and definitely more British take on the weather. And wherever you are in the world, as much as we do. And to say that not much has changed since Flanders and Swann has written this is a massive understatement. In fact, I think it's gotten worse. So everyone, a song of the weather. January brings the snow, makes your feet and fingers glow. February's ice and sleet, freeze the toes right off your feet. Welcome March with wintry wine, would thou wert not so unkind. April brings the sweet spring showers, on and on for hours and hours. Farmers fear unkindly May, frost by night and hail by day. June just rains and never stops, 30 days and spoils the crops. In July the sun is hot, is it shining? No, it's not. August cold and dank and wet, brings more rain than any yet. Bleak September's mist and mud is enough to chill the blood. Then October adds a gale, wind and slush and rain and hail. Dark November brings the fog, should not do it to a dog. Freezing wet December then, bloomin' January again. Short and sweet and very much to the point, and I'm dedicating that one in particular to my children who have always loved that song. And one of my favourite memories is a very, very long drive. We listened to lots and lots of Flanders and Swann, and the two of them just spontaneously singing along. And I know their favourite verse is, in July the sun is hot, is it shining? No, it's not. Absolutely sums up the great British experience. And as Michael Flanders memorably said on one of the recordings, what a lovely spring we had this year. At least I heard that we had a nice spring. I missed it. I was in the bathroom. So there we go. Let's proceed on, because there's no trouble like the weather. And this one is Let's Face the Music and Dance. This is an absolute stone cold classic. And we've sung this one many times here on the channel. And it's one about smiling despite the challenges that life may throw at us. So let's enjoy a little bit of smooth American style. It is Let's Face the Music and Dance. There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance. Before the fiddlers have fled, before they ask us to pay the bill, and while we still have the chance, let's face the music and dance. Soon we'll be without the moon, humming a different tune, and then there may be teardrops to shed. So while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance, dance. Let's face the music and dance. There may be trouble, everyone, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance. Before the fiddlers have fled, before they ask us to pay the bill, and while we still have the chance, let's face the music and dance. Soon we'll be without the moon, humming a different tune, and then there may be teardrops to shed. So while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, Let's face the music and dance, dance. Let's face the music and dance. Perfect. What a great song. It's just, well, there's not much to say after that, other than I think it could be a good song to sing whilst you are standing up to your knees in the kitchen in flooded water. You know, the washing machine's broken, the dishwasher's broken. You've called for the engineer and you've been left waiting. What better song to sing than Let's Face the Music and Dance, although possibly this one, The Gas Man Cometh, which is an iconic song. It's a song about how one thing leads to another, and never more so than in the world of the trades. And many of you will know, my father was a carpenter, and he always worked with teams of other professionals, and painters and decorators and builders, electricians, sparkies, and so on. And well, it all just goes round and round and round, doesn't it? And those of you who are homeowners, I know a couple in particular who are going through this at the moment, it never stops. It never fails. You think, I've got everything just the way I want it, and then something breaks. We had this earlier this week, all was going well, and then the dishwasher stopped working. And so we had to call the man out, and of course he fixed it and caused a problem that we now have to call someone else out to fix. So that is what this song is all about. It's the song of a week in an ordinary person's life, trying to just get on and get something sorted, and what then follows. So, to finish off our Fun Friday, and dedicated to anyone dealing with the trades at the moment, it is The Gas Man Cometh. 'Twas on a Monday morning, the gas man came to call. The gas tap wouldn't turn, I wasn't getting gas at all. He tore out all the skirting boards to try and find the main, and I had to call a carpenter to put them back again. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. 'Twas on a Tuesday morning, the carpenter came round. He hammered and he chiselled and he said, look what I found. Your joists are full of dry rot, but I'll put 'em all to rights. Then he nailed right through a cable, and out went all the lights. So it all makes work for the working man to do. 'Twas on a Wednesday morning, the electrician came. He called me Mr. English, which isn't quite me name. He couldn't reach the fuse box without standing on the bin, and his foot went through a window, so I called a glazier in. No, it all makes work for the working man to do. 'Twas on a Thursday morning, the glazier came along with his blowtorch and his putty and his merry glazier song. He put another pane in, and it took no time at all, but I had to get a painter in to come and paint the wall. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. 'Twas on a Friday morning, the painter made a start. With undercoats and overcoats he painted every part, every nook and every cranny, but I found when he was gone, he'd painted over the gas tap and I couldn't turn it on. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. On Saturday and Sunday they do no work at all. So 'twas on a Monday morning that the gas man came to call. And round and round and round it goes. Just like the weather, the certainty of the circle of life and the circle of trades. It is part of life, and as indeed is the joy of song. I hope you've enjoyed Fun Friday today. It's been an absolute blast putting this programme together for you. And if you find that these songs are still going round your head throughout the weekend, all I can say is you're welcome. That's part of the service here on Homechoir. And if you've enjoyed it, please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so. And do feel free to send this to anyone you think could do with cheering up over the next few days. Join me on Monday morning at 11 a.m. as we enjoy Songs of the Sea featuring our brand new song, Yo Heave Ho. Next week, we've got a piece by Orlando Gibbons to learn on Wednesday. And then Fun Friday next week is Do-Do-Dee-O-Do. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Something completely different from today. Very much a musical hug in the barbershop style. So really, you won't find anything quite like Homechoir anywhere, but we're here for you. So do enjoy your weekend, everyone. Do take care, and we'll see you on Monday. All the best, folks. Bye.